Right. Right. So let us see what this application security groups are all about. Okay. So application security group is nothing special. They allow you to logically group your machines as one application. So for example, you have this configuration. Okay. So I have a VNet. Okay. So in VNet I have subnets. So let me draw two subnets are more than enough, right? And then let me basically try to get one logo, AZVM. Okay. So let us assume that I have a virtual machine now. So one Azure virtual machine, two and three. And over here also I'll have one virtual machine, right? So these virtual machines will get an IP address, right? So for these three virtual machines, which are in the same business layer, okay. So let me call it as a web subnet, and let me basically call this as app subnet. Okay, right, right. Ramu, Oracle has nothing to do with networking. Please focus on networking. I'll speak about Oracle at the last. Okay, remind me about that question at the last. Right. So now every machine will have network security and a network interface card. There is no doubt about it, right? Yeah. We all know about network interface card. Every machine will have NIC. Okay. So is there any way that I can group these applications as one common set of rules rather than writing different rules for different machines? Okay, because sometimes the same machine might be across subnets. Okay, you might have the similar machine in two subnets. Okay, so the whole idea about this is how can I group machines? How can I group machines, right, with respect to the what do you call, with respect to the behavior which they have. So what I would quickly do is, let me log in into Azure. Okay, and let me see. I think I should have some resource groups. Okay, so I have this resource group called as networking. And if you see in this networking, I have one NSG. So over here, let me add two ASGs. Application security group. Okay, so I'll give the name of application security group as, okay, app web. That's it. So I've created one security group called as app web. One application security group as app web. Okay. So while this is basically working on, let me create one more ASG, one more application security group. Okay. This is to make your life convenient. That's it. Nothing beyond it. Okay. So I'll call it as app logic. So how many application security groups do I have now? App web and app logic. Okay. So let me not give the names of them as web and this. Let me call this as subnet 1 and subnet 2. Okay. Right. Now what I'll try to do is, okay, let me go to the network security groups. Okay. So are you seeing this business subnet NSG, which we have created yesterday? So in this inbound security rules, I can try to tell that I want to add inbound security rules. Okay. And then are you seeing application security group? From an application security group whose name is app web. Okay. From any port has 300 rule. Okay. Allow app web. So what is that I have done? I have created a rule for app web. Now, when I get into virtual machines, we all know that virtual machine will have some kind of network interface card. Am I clear on this? This is the network interface. So let me go to the network interface of this. Okay. So are you seeing this network interface card? This network interface card basically tries to tell you that this is the whole story and all of that stuff, right? Now let me get into my resource group. Okay, networking. Okay, app logic. Okay, so in app logic, you would not have literally anything, right? This is basically nothing. Okay, now the only thing which you have to do is you have to attach. Okay, you have to attach this application security group to your network interfaces, right? So once you attach, we are logically grouping. So we are logically grouping our VMs into, okay, into what? Into some kind of a group, right? And for this group, you can write common kind of security group rules rather than writing the whole subnet rules. Okay, so now let us see how do I uh, basically attach, okay, Azure application security groups, right? So now the idea is very simple. We have application security groups, right? So now once you have an application security group can be attached to what? What is that I have said? Network interface. So let us get into network interface. Oh, we don't have a network interface, is it? Then where is that VM coming from? Ah, VM is coming from a different place, is it? Okay. Right. But still, I'll try to show you where does this stuff come from. Okay. So, are you seeing application security groups? And are you seeing configure application security groups? For this VM, I can tell that this VM belongs to app web application security group. Okay. So, we will try to label these VMs by trying to tell that this is app 1 ASC. This is app 2 ASC. Right. This is DBASC. Okay. So in the same way, I'll be trying to tell that this is app 1. This is app 2. Right. And this is app 3. So if your this is DB. So if your app 2 should not get any communication from app 1, rather than writing this VM's IP address and this VM's IP address, you can create a NSG rule trying to tell that whenever a packet comes from app 1, do not allow. Or whenever the packet comes from app 1, allow. Am I clear on this? Right? It has nothing to do with rules. It is all about creating a logical groups. You still have to write network security groups, but if you are not sure of a particular, it is very difficult for you to find out app 1 VM and app 1 VM's IP address and individually writing network security groups. So we can logically group them together, and then we can write a network security group rule saying that, okay, so let us assume network security group rule of this. Okay, so allow traffic from and to DBASC. Okay, deny traffic from, okay, app 1 ASC. Am I clear on this? Right. So this is what you end up doing. So over here, you might write something like, this is my NSG rules. Okay. NSG rules with ASG. Okay. Application security group. Now over here, I might try to tell that, okay, allow traffic from DBASC. Okay. Allow traffic from, for example, app 1 is, it is okay from app 1 to get the communication from app 2, right? So you would write something like this. Similarly, for the machines which are connected to the DB subnet, then you might try to write a rule saying that allow from app 1 and app 2 ASCs. So if you create it once, so you have created the rules at the ASG level. Okay. Now these rules go and apply to any machine where your subnets are matching, where your ASGs are matching. Am I clear on this, sir? So this rule, whatever we have written, will apply to this machine also. So it will also apply to this. Okay. So this rule will obviously apply to this machine also. This rule will obviously apply to this machine also. In the future also, if we create 100 more machines, it would still apply. The only thing which you have to do is you have to ensure for your VM, there is an application security group that is tied. So there is no need for you to individually write network security groups for everything. Okay. So we can group them together as ASGs and then define communications among themselves. Am I clear on this? Right? If DB subnet is not allowed to go to internet, then machines and databases are not allowed to go to internet, then there is no need for you to write the rule in every NSG. Right? Try to create an ASG rule and there is no need for you to write a rule for every VM. It is very easy. Try to rule for an ASG. Am I clear on this? Okay. So rather than writing a rule for every VM, we basically, okay. So, okay. Rather than defining, okay, IP addresses in NSG for, okay, VMs, for VMs, which are logically the same. Okay. Something like app VMs or DB VMs, etc. We can attach these VMs to common application security groups. Okay. Right. And when we do that, okay, now in NSG, we can write rules with source or destination as ASG, application security group. Okay. So if you remember, I basically has what I've done is, if you look into this image, okay, this machine belongs to app web ASG. Okay. Now, whenever I'm writing security group rules, okay, so networking, and then whenever I write security group rules, let me go to any NSG. In NSG, okay, so I can write rules. I can write rules with my source as application security group, destination as also application security group. But at this moment, I'm trying to select only stuff. All right. Okay. So your source can be an application security group, or if you are writing two rules, then your destination also can be an application security group. Okay. So enabling communication between multi layers of your system would be dead easy with ASGs. Okay. But ASGs as such will not have any rules. ASG is just a label or a sticker kind of a stuff. Yeah. Am I clear on this, sir? Okay. Right. Now what we would try to do is, okay. So I'm quite sure now we know how to create a network subnets, and in that subnets, how to basically configure NSGs, okay, and if required ASGs, okay. So let us do this activity now, okay. So now in this activity, you all guys will be participating, right? Create an Azure CLI to create a Azure VNet in region, okay, East US, okay. This VNet will have four subnets: web, app, okay, DB, and management, okay. For each subnet, Okay. First, let us start with this. Now, what is it I want to do? I want to do this from Azure CLI. I'm quite sure I've given you a link on how to configure install CLI. Is CLI installed on your machines? Right. So in that, if the CLI is installed on your machines, okay. Now the first thing which I want you to do is, first let us log in from Azure CLI. The first command which I want to do is, right, after installing Azure CLI, okay, let me give the link again. This is for the people who have not done it yet. Okay, right, okay, okay. Now let's log in from Azure CLI. Because if it is UI, it is very simple. You are logging in with your credentials. For CLI also, we need to log in, right? So the first command would be launch a terminal on your machine and execute this command, AZ login. You can do this stuff along with me. Now then it will ask for your credentials. Okay. Okay. Execute AZ login and authenticate. Okay. Authenticate using Azure credentials. Now after this, try to execute this command AZ group list. Right? This command should not throw an error. That's the whole idea. AZ group list. Okay. So I didn't got any error. It gave me some response. It gave me some response. Okay. So is that the same with you guys? Now let's create a folder. Okay. With a file called as ex1.azcli and open this folder in Visual Studio Code. Okay. So what is that I'm trying to do is, now I'll go into, right, and I'm creating a new folder over here. Okay, with this month's name, uh, July 20. Right. In that I'll be creating one more subfolder. I'll be calling that as networking. And in this networking, I am going to create a new file. Okay. Touch exercise 1.azcli. Okay. Am I clear on this? Now I'll open this folder with Visual Studio Code. Am I clear on this, sir? Are you guys following me so far? Now, ensure that you have Azure CLI plugin installed. So once you open Visual Studio, right, click on this part and select this. So here, okay, for me it is installed. If it is not installed to you, you will see this green color stuff like install. Ensure that you install that. Okay. So you need not have this plugin, but this plugin will help make your life simple. That's the reason why we are having it. Okay. Ensure Azure CLI tools plugin is installed. Right. Am I clear, guys? I think I've spoken about this already in the video about configuring the plugin also, but still. Okay. So now we have to write CLI commands. So how do I write CLI commands? Okay. So how to write CLI commands. Now first let us write steps. So what are the steps which you need to do? Create a resource group. Okay. Then create a VNet in East US. Okay. Let me give the resource group some name. Okay. From CLI. In resource group from CLI. Okay. With following values. Okay. Network name. Network name is, let me give it as entire. Okay. Address space. Yes or no? These are the values which we pass, or is there any confusion in this? You can look into UI if you have any doubts. Okay. Now create 4 subnets with names mentioned. Okay. Above. Am I clear or not? Is this what we have to do? Yes or no, sir? Okay. I'm not getting any response. Yeah. Right. Now, if you basically go into Azure CLI. Okay. Are you seeing Azure CLI? Okay. So in this Azure CLI, you will be seeing a section called as reference. Okay. So Google for Azure CLI and select this reference section. Okay. CLI steps. Okay. Google for Azure CLI and in the Azure documentation page. Okay. Navigate to reference section. Okay. Right. Now what is that we want to create initially? What is that we want to create, guys? We want to create a resource group. Yes or no? Yeah. So are you seeing a section called as resource group? If you scroll down further, are you seeing a resource group section over here? And in resource group section, are you seeing a create? Yeah. Right. Now let me do one thing. Let me basically click on this create. Okay. Now it is trying to tell that. Okay. Okay. It is trying to tell that if you want to create a resource group, okay. If you want to create a resource group, you have to write a command line which looks like az group create. Okay. So whatever is in square brackets is optional. Whatever is not in square brackets is mandatory. Okay. So 85. Okay. Now navigate to resource groups by scrolling down. Okay. Now, if you go into your Azure, the file where we have created over here, I'll be going to this networking exe1. What is the command? Az group create. Okay. So you can go into the documentation. Okay. So hyphen location east US. Okay. And then what are the values which I need to pass? Hyphen name. Hyphen name is, I said that it would be from CLI. Is this difficult to do? Is this stuff difficult to do? No, right? Yeah. Okay, good. Now this will, what will this do? This will create a virtual network. Okay. So now you can copy this. Okay. And come and run in Azure CLI. Okay. But the advantage of this is you can copy this and run line in terminal. This is what you can do. Okay. You can run from Visual Studio Code itself. You can run from Visual Studio Code itself. Right. So I can say that run line in terminal. So what is happening? It is trying to tell that, okay, you have executed this and this is my result. Okay, you really need not have any other editor. Okay, so you have executed this and you get the results over here. Okay, so write your Azure CLI commands in Visual Studio Code. Okay, and when you want to execute, select all, right click and run line in terminal. That is more than enough. That is far more than enough. Am I clear on this? Right? Okay. Right. Okay. This will create a, not a VNet. This will create a resource group. Okay. Right, sir. Now what is the next thing which I want to do? I want to create a VNet. Yes or no? So if I want to create a VNet, what is it I do? I'll go into this documentation. Okay. Scroll down. Okay. There is no VNet section. Okay. Let me scroll up. Am I seeing a networking section? Okay. In networking section, am I seeing a virtual network? In virtual network, am I seeing create? So if you look into it, your command explains the navigation which you are doing. So if you see, I select network and then I'm selecting virtual network. Now what is it trying to tell? It is trying to tell that it is AZ network VNet create. Am I clear on this, sir? And whatever is in square brackets is optional. Whatever is present without square brackets is mandatory. So now I found this. Okay, you will also see examples over here. So you can look at that examples also. right? Now, how would I write that? AZ network VNet create hyphen name. I said that my name would be entire. And then what is the next mandatory field which I need to tell? Resource group's name, hyphen resource group. And just above we have created a resource group with a name called as from CLI. And then we have said that we want to have some, okay, address prefixes. So let me go with this address prefixes. If you go with address prefixes, it will try to tell that if you don't give a value, I will try to use this value. I will try to use this value. Now I'll try to tell that address prefix of what is that we have written in the documentation 10.10, right? 10.10.0.0/16. Okay. Is this very difficult to write? Okay. Now I can run it over here, or I can right click over here and then say run line terminal. So if you basically see, this is also created. Okay. Now let us go to the Azure portal and see if they are really creating, or is there is that stuff working or not, right? So okay, 85, 86, 87. I think this is 87, right? 88. Okay, 88. Okay, good. Now let us basically navigate to the Azure portal. Okay, I'll go into my home. Okay, I'll get into resource groups. Our resource group's name was from CLI. Are you seeing from CLI over here? Okay. So in this from CLI, we have created one virtual network. So are you seeing virtual network? So whatever we have created from CLI, is it appearing on the portal? So if you see, I see from CLI, and in from CLI, I see the stuff, right? Okay. So did you understood this stuff? Yeah. That is the reason why we are writing, right, Harish? So the reason why we write is in the format of this is because in the future, if you want to reuse, we will be basically reusing these commands in the script format. Okay. Now what is that I need to create? I need to create subnets. Okay. Yes or no? I need to create subnets. So to create the subnets, AZ virtual network, if you get into subnets, there is a section called as create. Okay. And the best part of this is I am not going to create it. I want you guys to do it. Create 4 subnets. Start working on that, sir. Now create 4 subnets using the Azure CLI reference. Okay. Am I clear on that? Will you be able to do this? Or is it a difficult job? If you know the steps, whatever you are trying to do, it is dead simple. Okay, if you don't know how to create a virtual network, CLI sounds difficult. But is there any difficulty with CLI over here? Alright, tomorrow when you know shell scripting very well, you will try to understand how to take this from user input. Okay, that is what it would be. But the basic script is this. So get started, sir. For the people who say that I have not installed CLI, just click on the symbol. Okay, Cloud Shell, you will get a CLI on the UI itself, right? But I don't want that. I have asked you guys to install Azure CLI and Azure PowerShell, and I would expect that you have done that. You have to write 4 subnets. There are examples also. If you basically look into this, there is an example. There is a description on every parameter over here. What is this parameter used for? Okay, and then there are different commands, right? For the people who have created subnet, now create NSGs for every subnet. Okay. Now let me try to write this stuff. Okay. We'll continue this discussion anyway, but right. Okay. So far, the CLI written is this: create a resource group and create a VNet. Okay. Right. Now complete the CLI to create 4 NSGs for every subnet. Okay. For every subnet which you will be creating. So you have to create 4 NSGs and then you have to create 4 subnets and then you have to attach them. Try to find out how you do it. I'll anyway show it to you in tomorrow's class. But I want you to get comfortable with CLI. Can we execute all the 4 commands in one go? Yeah. But they will be executed one by one, right? You can select in the Power Visual Studio Code and then right click and then say yes, but they will be executed one after the other. Why do you want to create a line, Shravan? It doesn't matter. Try to write down 4 by 4 items. If you know shell scripting, use a for loop. As simple as that. First write 4 of them differently. Let us do the basic stuff. Then we'll worry about optimization. Will you guys finish this, sir? At least try to do that. Okay. Okay. And today is Friday, right? Right. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow also we'll have the classes on the same times. There is no change in schedule. It will be the same time. So tomorrow in the class we'll continue this CLI discussion. But ensure that you attempt it. I am not worried about whether you are successful, it failed. Even if it is failed, I am absolutely okay. But I don't want people in the classroom just coming not by attempting it. Right? Yeah, right. Okay. So tomorrow we'll get into the ideal way of what this CLI is. Okay, I have shown you the approach, right? You can easily find out any command over there. We will get one level deeper into this CLI and we will start using PowerShell also. Azure PowerShell to do the same thing, whatever we have done in CLI, we will try to do the same thing in Azure PowerShell as well. Okay. Thank you, sir. So I think I'll stop it at that, but I want you guys to finish this. Since you are anyway sitting in front of your laptop, try to finish this activity. Right? Okay, sir. Thank you. Right? Tomorrow and day after tomorrow, same time class. There is no change in timings. Right? Okay.